Hey, I'm streaming Wargame. I don't even know what that was. Yeah, it's 2023 and people are still playing Wargame, streaming Wargame even. Yes they are. Don't worry about the music, I'll turn it off in a bit. Once we get into the game or anything like that. Actually, does this work? Let me just make sure I don't show anything that you shouldn't see. It seems to be fine. Where's my chat? Where's my chat? There's my chat, my dead chat. Yes, we are indeed playing Wargame. And you know what we'll play? Hold on, what's the commenter's name? Screw you, Mr. or Mrs. Copper 29. You're not gonna get to 69 days because today we'll do Marines. Well, at least to start with. Marines, yes. That ever elusive Marines. I wouldn't call it serious necessarily, but Marines it is. What Marines deck are we gonna start with? Well, honestly, probably Red 4. Do I already have one? Wrong filter. Red 4 Marines. I only have Blue 4 Marines. Well, let's build it. Packed Marines. I think it's Marines, not Marine. Red 4 unspec type Marines. There you go. Now, Marines, of course. They do get a bonus in naval in the naval tab, I think, which is basically wasted. Planes and infantry as well. Infantry, of course, is nice, but both when it comes to planes and infantry, you are restricted. This is the only specialization where you are restricted in your air tab, which is, of course, a big penalty. Let me turn it off. Or yeah, I'd say you could say it's a big penalty. It's certainly not small. Some decks notice it more, some decks notice it less, but you know, even like the unspec decks, both blue and red 4, which obviously get the highest amount of choice, the biggest amount of choice, you definitely notice that impact on your choices. In red 4 Marines, you basically have just enough good planes to fill your air tab. You get some MiG-29s. Of course, you get veterancy as well, so this comes on veteran and this comes on elite, which is very nice. Best seaplane in the game? I think there's two choices. It really depends on the rest of your air tab or rest of your deck even. Either the South Korean Block 52D. You could argue for three choices, but I think the top two contenders would be the Block 52D, which I think in the majority of cases is the best seaplane, or the Raven. Block 52D, of course, because it does get the AIM 120s on top of 50% ECM, high speed, and top of the line seat missiles. Raven, because it has 60% ECM and good stealth, the only plane with those two, feats, if you will, statistics. Maybe you might argue for the Cheetah D because of how unique it is and how versatile it really is. But when it comes to actually its seed duties, it is really bad. But yeah, in Red 4 Marines, you get these ASFs. The ASFs are honestly pretty decent, especially with the veterancy. It helps a lot for the East German one. The SC-27 SK, of course, is on elite now as well, but especially since you have these two choices, Polish MiG-29 is still just better. Just 10% base accuracy increase versus 2 additional R-27s, right? It's just... Okay, admittedly, the SC-27 SK does get a good bit more time over target, but it's most of the time not that important. It is, of course, nice to have, but it's just that, nice to have. Unless it's like the only difference between two planes, it's not really worth paying attention to. then alright. The Yak 38s, they're pretty horrible. For 70 points, the payload is pretty good on the Yak 38M, but that's really it. 24M is okay, SU-27 is the only seaplane you get. Unfortunately, you don't get the Eastern Bloc Su-22 seaplanes. You only get their anti-tank planes, which I have no idea why. Maybe it has to do with them being like M4s, but aren't the seaplanes like Su-22 M4 Ps? You know, P maybe being a suffix you use for to denote, that's the word, right? Seaplanes? I wouldn't know. Zero, of course, is quite good. East German one, honestly, for 95 points, having 30 AP is quite nice. I think especially if you go up against mech decks where the majority of their tanks will have less than 17 armor, meaning they will get one shot by 30 AP. Could be pretty good. 95 points is fairly cheap for 30 AP. It has decent speed, and with hardened, the accuracy is okay as well. And in these scenarios, not being fine for a get might actually be helpful, because then you can actually take out 2 tanks in one run. Seed is a must. If you play an air heavy deck, you need seed to protect your planes, and this is the only seed we get. Now we have 2 more slots. Avia and B5 are both okay choices. Ever since the B5 is, excuse me, I just ate dinner. German seed? No, you don't get a German seed. This is Marines, so I don't forget. You have a restricted air type. If you're watching this on as a VOD, as a video, not live, I might repeat myself every now and then, but that's because people are coming in every now and then and might ask questions that I asked 5 minutes ago, but they haven't been here, so that's obviously very fair. Yeah, unfortunately, the only seed plane you get is, that's the wrong tag, the Soviet Su-24. You don't get the Su-22s from either Poland or East Germany. You don't get the Su-7 or Su-7 of Czechoslovakia. You don't get the Fiber of China, but that's a prototype anyway. And you do not get the MiG-25 from Soviets either. Only the Su-24, unfortunately. It's not a bad seaplane. I think it's pretty solid. For 80 points, having medium stealth and 900 kmh speed is a very good combination. Having either high speed or medium stealth is, of course, almost a must. Having both is, of course, ideal. And for 80 points, it's actually a very good deal. If you compare it to the French Jaguar A, also 80 points, if I'm not mistaken. A tiny bit faster, and I believe slightly better seed missiles, but doesn't have stealth, for example. Stealth, of course, helps. Getting detected much later, and thus catching your opponent's radar A off guard. Now, Avia 28 and B5, both solid options. F6C. Look, it might actually be pretty okay for gunning down helicopters. The gun might actually do a pretty good job. If we take a look at its stats, I came prepared today, can you believe it? The gun does have a very high rate of fire, so it actually would be pretty decent at gunning down helicopters, but no ECM, and it's just not very versatile. This is just a meme. Yeah, I could go on. I'm just gonna go over the ones that I think are decent choices. I think this is just very similar to the Chinese one. Main difference being the ECM, of course. You get 5% more accuracy on the North Korean cluster bombs, which is not nothing, but it's also nothing huge, given that there are only 4. And you're not particularly fast either. This might be honestly a decent option, just a cheap rocket pod plane. If you spot lightly armored, or not armored at all, anti-air or similar units, high value targets, you can sub it with that. But given that it only comes at 3 per card, it is very often a one-way ticket, but one-way ticket that is only 3 per card, not that amazing, honestly. Given how much we need to rely on planes to deal with vehicles specifically, I don't think that's a good option. I will not do USSR Airborne ranked today. But I plan on streaming more, but doing less videos. For example, no video today, even though I tend to try to get videos out on Thursdays, Tuesdays, and Sundays. Nice order there. I will probably just instead try to stream 2 or 3 times a week. Relatively short streams of 2 games or something, maybe 3. And do less dedicated videos, because it's honestly easier for me. 24M is also a good option. It's faster than the B5, of course. Flies lower, which is mostly a detriment, but can sometimes be helpful. But I think we gotta go for the B5, right? Hello, Baya Best, if that's your name. If that's how it's pronounced. SU7 BM, not very good. 11 HE bombs is just bad. You always, generally speaking, you want few high HE bombs and not many low HE bombs. This is kind of an exception because 30 bombs is just a lot. But, you know, 7, 8, 11 HE bombs is so much worse than, for example, 4, 15 HE bombs. How about no, Aaron Olsen? How about no? If you want to get your Asian slurs in this chat, just get them out of the way right now so I can ban you. But yeah, it's really between the 24M and the Avia 28. Rocket pod planes would be really nice to have. Is there a tag for? Probably this, right? Is there? No? Actually, I'm curious now. Under what tag will I find the rocket pod plane? Cluster no, napalm no, radar no, semi-active no. There's just no specific tag where I will find the Q5 one, right? If you just search for, oh, sorry, Q5I, right? Yeah, it's an I. Although it might just be a Roman one, right? Nope, 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 nope. Moving flying, of course, but yeah. No good rocket pod planes here. There's plenty of like good MiG-21 rocket pods that the Red 4 has to offer, but the only MiG-21 we get is the Polish BIS, which is pretty mediocre. Yugoslavia deck, probably not today. Maybe I'll meme around with Entente Marines. Maybe? Let's do like a serious Marine deck. And oh my god, we're already like 15 minutes in and I haven't even finished the air tab. But yeah, let's go for the 24M. We already have the B5. The Avia 28 is essentially the same, but worse when it comes to pure payload. Of course, you could argue, you know, it's cheaper and thus, you know, easier to get, easier to buy, earlier to buy. Yada, yada, yada. All right. Logistics tab. We will probably need a fob because we get like stuff like K29s. We might have to actually run a Jeep CV, believe it or not. I've said it many times, I hate Jeep CVs, but sometimes there is a reason to run them. This might be one of them. We only get 15 point supply trucks as well. Just, you know, some of this stuff I forget about. I might play Yugoslavia soon. No guarantees. I don't like 10 point supply trucks, and outside of the 50 point ones, as long as you don't use the Polish one, that doesn't really matter because the Polish one turns slower. All right. FJB are nice to have. Unfortunately, LSCR are prototyped. You don't really get a whole lot of IFVs outside of the ZSD 90, I think. You might get some weird stuff like the Topaz 2 AP. No, you don't get a BMP one, right? You get Mod Schützen, but you don't get the BMP one. Yeah, no BMPs. IFV is really lacking here. You get an M60PB, but you also get like no or virtually no line infantry, if not literally. Right? You get no Mechanisovana, you get no Motostrelki. Yeah, this is all the rifle infantry you get. Padobranci 90 are prototyped, unfortunately. Are the basic ones available in here? They are. They are. Alright. Let's actually get like the weapon teams out of the way because they will be important. Conqueror's M is kind of a must-have. ETR 70, I'm definitely up for paying that. We quote-unquote only get 7 slots, but for an infantry-heavy deck, that's not a lot actually, given how many penalties we get in other tabs. I would like to get 2 ATGM teams in this deck, but I'm not sure if I can afford to. I don't think we can really put in a manpad. Fire support, they're okay. I think I might actually put them in. Any special commandos? Lijan would be nice, but they're only in helicopters, so a commandosi. Or the Branzi. Aranicos are probably a very good option. Good anti-tank, get a 10-point wheel transport. Very nice. Lujan Dui. That's actually where are they? That's actually a new, quote-unquote, new thing to Red 4 Marines. I actually quite like Red 4 Marines, but in the past, base Lushandui have been 20 points, which meant that you essentially had to run Mordschützen instead, but they had a worse 5-point transport. But now the Lushandui have 15 points. That is really nice. And trust me, Elite Lushandui, Elite Mordschützen for that matter, very nice. This might be my, or this is probably my infantry depth. Although I would really like to run a card of K29s, because I'm fairly certain you only get VMFs here. Yeah. Copper, you don't need to ask anymore. We're playing Marines, and it will. Let's call it a serious. Can we say one full stream is equal to like a bit of a serious? Anyway, you get your wish, but you won't have to reach 69 days. But yeah, I would really like to get the K29 TB in here. Probably have to get rid of few, or maybe the Raska Sinkori, man. let's do the Recon tab first, because sometimes it helps you with your infantry tab choices, because you get infantry here as well, obviously. But yeah, choices once again, nothing crazy. You know what? I think I'll just run the K29 with these guys. Screw it. K29 is already 40 points. More Skayas would be 25 anyways, so they're just as expensive. It comes on veteran, which is nice, which it would here as well. Of course, I only get 4. I could run 2 cards. But I think I'll just try this. I haven't done this before. I do like me some VMFs. Okay, what do we get? I think we might get the P on PSV, right? Yeah, we will need 2 cards because it's our best tank available, which already like heavily. Oh, should I run this? Ooh. Downward Lucian Dewey to 2 cards downward. I thought about it, but having them on elite is the difference between veteran and elite is quite noticeable. So that's why, okay, for some ground recon, let's do this. It's a really nice combination. Our other fighting recon isn't. Actually, this is pretty good. But I don't like not having recon helicopters. Then again, our recon healers kind of suck. Let's try this. We get Ulsas here. Air type is honestly pretty good. I do not think. No, wait. Of course, we get the Chinese PM24. It's so good. It's so good. HQ61A is. You know what? I like this. I like this. No, we get the Ito 90. Support tab choices are chef's kiss. Honestly, in this deck, so anti-air at least. Even outside of anti-air, having the Beam 24 is just one of the top tier choices when it comes to artillery. Do we get the Pram? We get the Pram for a good mortar. I might just run full on non-radar in my air tab. We're already out of activation points. God damn it. It's actually so easy to use up all your activation points in Red Marines, man. I think you have to run 4 cards of Recon. Helicopter type is kind of worthless anyway, so I'm not too worried about this. Vehicle type, what do we miss out on? Honestly, nothing crazy here either. We don't get the Polo. We get flame tanks. We get Jeeps, but that's basically it. Yeah. Okay, we're not missing out anything here. Tank type, we are potentially missing out on a Charity. I would really like to have that in the deck. 1 CV card technology. Ooh, nah. I'm not. You can only run 4 cards in the support tab, huh? Oh, that hurts so much, man. Okay. Is there anything that is like 5 downward in terms of anti-air? Then it is good. I think also AK might be a good option. 6 upweighted. And then the Ito 90. I think we're gonna run this. Let's see. 8 to 9, I could down with it, but I think I think it should be relatively easy to keep this alive. So I'll try to keep it up with it. And then let's make sure to change the order here. And then BM24 and Bram. We have 2 points left. You could get 1 vehicle and 1 helicopter, or 1 tank. Yeah, tank-wise, basically in terms of light tanks or cheap tanks, there's nothing better than a Jared here. And in terms of non-light tanks, I wouldn't call them heavier tanks because they're still horrible. The T-55s we get, they're just not very good either. AMV is kind of okay, but not if you're not playing armored. I think you'd need an armor deck for that to actually have it really be worth it, as long as we have access to this instead, which is actually a good choice. And vehicles, we don't get like a cheap spag or anything for base defense. I might actually run like a Conqueror's M Jeep. This is not, let's see, 25 points, 22 AP is pretty good at good range. Of course, only 40% accuracy, but acceptable range at 22 AP. This might be our best option. I could run this as well for some wheeled pseudo anti-tank power, for openers. But it's really bad when it comes to range. It has poor off-road speed, 10 HP, sure, but 0 armor, so any other cannon will just wreck it. This is it only has a salvo length of 1 for 40 points. I think I'm actually gonna run this. Actually down with it, it's so cheap. And then for helicopters, I mean, you've gotta go for a hind. It's a good hind, but we don't need it as much because we have K29s. However, we only get 4 here and 3 here. So it's easy to run out. In which case, having an additional card of like a essentially anti-infantry helicopter is nice. Plus, it has the Yak B, so it's like good for clearing flanks of light stuff. All right, let me actually clean this up before we queue. I might really regret my infantry tab choices. Let me just quickly run it down in case there's anything I missed. Monarichka not particularly good. Patobranci, they're okay, but kind of far too. The Perry 85, unfortunately, the BTRT is a prototype. I would like to run a card of Spetsnaz or Formosa for town fighting. And maybe I should replace a card of Luchandui with Spetsnaz, actually, because honestly, Spets are kind of nice sometimes. But for the time being, you know what? I think I will actually do that. We are an infantry heavy deck and we have to win town fights, and we have to win them quickly. Ooh, only 1 card of... You know what? Fine, I will downvet them after all. I will downvet them after all. This might be a bit spicy with the spets. We'll see. Alright, this is gonna be our deck. I screwed up the Marines tag in the name. I can rename it here. I think it's just Marine without an S. Yep, there it is. Alright. That guy who asked for a Marine tag for a month is about to see. No, he is in chat, or was in chat at least earlier. Spetsnaz Tab, I think they are a bit underrated, and for a long time I think I've underrated them. I think I appreciate them now more now, but they are niche. And I think in any deck they are available in, they are hard to fit in. The only exception being something like Soviet Mech, because your Soviet Mech infantry tab is pretty bad anyway. And using up a slot for them in a hind, while it's certainly not an ideal card, you have the slots in Soviet Mech and infantry tab to like put in some very niche units in there. Because you're not really sacrificing a whole lot. Plus, of course, you get 60 activation points. 60 activation points with Mech is just fill up your all your tabs essentially. And if you look at the... Where's my Soviet Mech deck? It's not the one. Right, look how filled up the things. Look how many vehicles I have. I mean, yes, they are cheap, but I have a lot of vehicles and still full infantry tab, full support tab, full plane tab. Recon isn't that filled, but like still 3 cards of tank, which is roughly standard for many decks. 4 cards of CVs, And again, you don't have that many good choices in the infantry tab for Soviet Mech. So using up the card for Spets here is easy. But, excuse me, but in other decks, be it Red Mech, Red Marines, Red Moto, it's hard to fit them in, and Soviets as well. You only get 5 slots, and the VDV90 you don't wanna like not use. You wanna put in your BTRT. You probably want to cut off Monostrike for Meat Shield. Probably cut off 80 gem infantry, be that either Conquerors, Factoria, or Gorno's 90. And that's already 4 cards, right? And then you often end up with, I don't know, something for your BTR 80As or BTR 90 in the form of more Skyas, more BDV 90. Really anything like that. So, Spets are just a kind of unit. They might just be better in, I don't know, maybe in the frequent tab. Then again, there you already have Spetsnaz Gru there. I think they suffer from red for Moto being really bad. Coupled with the fact that in red for mech, for example, how would you put them in? I mean, they come in a hind, but it's just so inflexible in many scenarios. And you have so many good choices in red mech that why bother with them? This is peak ranked, just waiting and waiting and waiting. It is what it is. Come on, stream snipe me. You know you want to. Almost 4 minutes. Our opponent's gonna be a pretty low rank if we get them. Unless someone else like starts searching and we immediately queue with them, then we might not get a low rank. But if this other player who is in the queue is gonna get matched with us, it's very likely to. It's basically guaranteed at this point to be a comparatively low rank. But I'm not gonna not like queue because I don't want to just sit here, wait, and do nothing. While I can't just ramble and ramble and ramble, I prefer to do it while playing because then it comes more naturally. Wargame enjoyer. And I left the queue. Now we only need one searching. You know how long we're searching at this point? Yeah, I was gonna say, as soon as someone else queues, we immediately match with them. Now it might be a stream sniper, who knows? Whatever, I don't really care. Okay, oh, it's Hypnotoad, you were in chat earlier. I hope you're not sniping. I don't think you are. Alright, hello. Alright, I've actually played a good amount of Red Marines on this map. I don't know why. Please no sniperino. Per favore. Oh, no. Do an Eastern Bloc mech deck and get as many Nucleus Rifle Transports as you can. Honestly, that sounds pretty funny. That sounds pretty funny because they're so bad. Oh. Let me think. I know that the Czechs get it with the OT62B. Does Poland get them as well? Or do they only get the KPVT ones? I guess we'll see. Alright. Let's see. Can't really go for the open field with this deck. We have neither the tanks nor like the ATGMs or anything to do that. However, I will definitely try to make something work here. Because if we have control of this, especially with freaking tanks in here, that can make your hell. Yeah, Poland has with the Topaz. I wasn't sure about that. I know they have the KPVT, but I wasn't sure if they also get recoilless rifles on them. And I also wanted to make something work here. Alright. I do actually want to get a Spetsnaz here. If there's something sent in terms of infantry for the town, Spetsnaz will easily deal with that. And that's all we should need for actually fighting in that town over there. I also got a card of view for like later reinforcements. We'll start with an E290. Definitely a card of view. Yeah, let's get a K29, have it hover here first to like stop anything that might drive up there if there's a push. And then we unload them and maybe sneak around with them. Honestly, now that I think about it, it's actually kind of a cool card. You know, you use them for that purpose in the opener, and then you can unload them and just sneak around with them. Maybe it's actually a much better card than I thought it is. Or I'm just, you know, trying to cope here and make myself think that it's actually pretty good. I don't think we can afford to start with 2 CVs here, though. Let's get some boys here. Could get an early BM24. But I don't think that's a good choice. Definitely Conquers and some of you for the town over there. I think I will unload my Lucian Dui in there though. Sorry, my Liren. Because if there's a big push here, I don't think I will be able to hold the town. And if they're in there, I think I might actually be able to keep them alive. You know, I kind of want to get an early BM24, but honestly, I think I can also just buy it immediately. Still have 110, 115, I'm unsure what to buy. We don't have any Regan helicopters. Maybe we should just save some points for a plane. In which case, I will just get some more charioteers for here. Does have anything to driving up there? Maybe just get another OSA on top of the A290. We only have one anti-air piece. A290 is amazing, but given that we're mainly going to use it in here, in the opener, it's probably a good idea to get an OSA here. And while it doesn't have a lot of range versus helicopters, it will at least outrange rocket pods, you know, outside of the S-24B. So there's that. And we'll have like a more dedicated anti-air piece. More dedicated-ish anti-air piece. Alright, ready. Hello, Snappy. And hello, hey, go YouTube Nation. I probably did not read it correctly, but I feel like I'd rather not read it correctly now that I read it more carefully. What to say, GLHF? How rude of me. You, and then change altitude. You stay up there. You go in here. You stay here as well. Don't drive down there. Hey, you already wrote GLHF. What is this? Are you trying to... Very ironic first? Just finished your tutorial. Got the game 2 days ago and I'm really thankful for the tutorial. Oh, you're welcome. It's very scuffed, my tutorial, but you know, if it's still helpful, of course, it's very appreciated. I just realized I have horrible base defense in this deck. Just absolutely horrible. I mean, at least when it comes to like dealing with any kind of aerial piece of spell. It's... Okay, are we playing against Norway? Oh, that would be hilarious. So maybe this is stream time and he's just moving around, in which case, you know, you go. Then again, I've seen some, let's say, serious players, quote unquote, use that. No! No, the Panzerbill is spotting me! Kill it, kill it, kill it! Oh no, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. Rip my BMFs. A29, move up there. So here, the issue here was that the we're actually playing against Norway. That's hilarious. No, we're not playing against Norway. Okay, they're upgraded, but they are not playing against Mech. We're playing against Mech, right? Otherwise, they would not be elite, and the recon units would not just be on that veteran seat that they are on. Maybe it's like an 85 version, you know, who knows? No, I don't think they're 85. Yeah, TV90 certainly aren't either. Alright, move you over, move you over. Over there with you. It's just a very unorthodox opener, I think that's all there is to it. That's L. Okay, that's an automatic, that's not good. Get you a bit back. It's get that BM24, I think it's a good choice. Actually, we know there's something there, right? We've seen, yeah, the bell drop there. Why do I turn off the MGs? I don't want them to, first of all, give their position away from like longer ranges, and if they're engaged by infantry and vehicles at the same time, they will. Oh my god. Yeah, they get doubled head by. Ah, I'm still gonna lose one, but it's okay. That's their what, 90 points. But that's okay. I'll keep fast moving, I think. Move you up there so we get better sight on you. Fire position and move down there. Scandimag, a strong tank. But I think we actually traded decently in the opener. But trading decently is not good enough if our opponent just now gets like a very strong position and as a result can just wreck us completely in every engagement from that point on. We gotta be careful. Especially with this, that we don't get wrecked by the 103D. Let's get more of you. We will need you for the 20 RPM launcher and option to double tap. Hello, automatic. You're panicked. This one it's not gonna really kill much unless I'm getting really lucky. It's just to keep stuff panicked down here and slow him down because I need time right now. Should definitely get some of. While we have control of this town, we should definitely try to reinforce this. You. If you can kill this. Nice. CV9 is. That will shred basically anything that isn't a tank that I have. Because I have like no heavy IVs of my own. And they're amazing at supporting infantry as well. It's very good to have them. I was gonna say I would like some light AAP here, but given that Scandi has, I wouldn't say horrible helicopters, but for the role, or the thing that I'm fearing, helicopters, right? They don't have any rocket pods other than like recon tanks. That's a cluster plane. Should move the Ito over. Oh no, it's just a fighting falcon. Obviously, it makes a lot more sense. Because why would you buy a cluster plane against this? Well, the units are still alive at least. That's I think important thing. There's the. We're still shooting that. Keep that going. They have a long reload time, unfortunately. Okay, be careful here. But it's really the only thing that keeps them balanced, because otherwise that'd be just crazy. While they're out in the open map, I should be able to hopefully win this. Should be able to hopefully, you know? Okay, well now I'm out of line of sight, so I have to retreat, I think. Maybe I didn't need to, but the automatic could come in range any second, and at that point, probably get. I need a mortar to stop the fire support from engaging there. We're going to start playing this game again. Oh no! Okay, I really would not want that on anyone. Shit, I wasn't able to keep that alive. Start smoking here, so there's no line of sight, but I still have line of sight over there with that. Oh, that was actually really good BM24. Didn't do anything on my Ranikos and stunned that CV90. It was totally on purpose as well. Turn it on. We'll fire this. That wasn't a hit because I was. Come on, get out of there. Shit, that's a bit slow. You can turn your MG on, and you fire the 103D. That's a hit. That's another hit. Very nice. Very, very good. Okay, okay. See if we can save you. Get some Mushandui here. And some here as well. Yeah, I'm gonna not be able to win this. Maybe having them stay there would have been the right choice. Woulda, woulda, shoulda. It is what it is. Get some supply. EM24s, keep firing in there. Alright, you're both reloading, then you can stay. I prefer to not have them fire if they're still ages away from finishing reloading, because then you might forget that you gave them the order, and then the rockets will come down the moment you actually push up here. Obviously, then you're just gonna hurt yourself more than you're gonna hurt your opponent. Move you a bit up. Just to take one of you down there. I really want to start sneaking around with you though. Get you out of there. Ah, shit, they will stand. Come on. Yes, yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. And I should win even though I have low HP simply because I'm elite in that shock. Alright, that's a cap. Interesting. He moved you over there. But that's, yeah, the fighting factor. Need to move up with the AA. You know, at least I kept them alive. Those are, oh no, those are just 2 HP squad, that's okay. I think that's a good time to get some Svetsas going here for the town fight. I'll keep you here, move up with you. BN24s. Fire in there. How much time do you have in the game? Over 5,000 hours, I'm afraid to admit. Oh, that's a Panzer build shooting at us. That's not good. Come on. I have medium optics, but that Panzer build has just such a low noise value. Come, there we go. Oh, there's a fast game together that came in the bell. Right, very good. Let's get another CV to stop the bleed. Some illusion Dui. Be careful about those. Get some here as well. There's still Gewehrman in there, so I gotta be really careful. Automatic is still alive too. They're doing some good fire support as well. Actually, we can keep this on. Why? Because this sniper rifle has no noise value. So this unit is just as stealthy when firing as it is when not firing. That specific weapon. And it being a sniper squad, right? Exceptional stealth means that it's incredibly stealthy. We made it. Even when not firing. Even when firing, excuse me. Come on, we need your help, we need your help. Move up, move up. Get you out of there. And then move up with the mortar as a shift queue, so once it's done firing the salvo, it will get you split up, so neither of you are close to the PSV. They are spotted, notice that. PSV isn't because it has stealth. Why are they spotted? Because there's infantry in the town. Fine. Those are the NM135s, 1 armor, M113 transports with an autocannon. A good autocannon, but they also only have 1 armor. Okay, yeah, let's get you out of there. Repair you. It's a leopard. Careful there. Maybe we can do something here. That's a puff. Okay, let's actually do this. I wanna try to establish air dominance, and having the ASF wouldn't be too bad given that there's a fighting falcon as well. Yeah, I want to be careful. I'm fairly certain I didn't kill the automatic. Probably just retreated. Oh, there's a leopard. Alright, let's get a P and PSV over there. Okay, why are you so low? What wrecked you? Doesn't look like there's a bomber. Or there was a bomber. So you must have just been spotted and shot at and I didn't notice. I'm stupid. That leopard is an issue. Oh, we lost the VM. Wow, at that range? From there? Damn. And now we can move up with you. Actually, let's place you here. Circle you around. Who's playing? Okay, message retracted. Who was playing Wargame 2013? Speak nothing of 2023. I was not. Oh god, that dispersion. Oh no, it's actually fine. My first Wargame was Air in the Battle in actually I was in 2013. Yeah, late 2013. Damn, so long. It was a supply truck, I think. No, that was a TGB. That was a transport from the fast games I got over there. But that leopard was being resupplied. But there is still one. Do this with your last S24B, please. I think that that was a decent hit. Not an amazing one. Let's just smoke this off. We got like a. Let's get one of you because why not? You're reloaded. I should fire them at closer range, but I prefer to keep them next to the fob so they can immediately get resupplied and start the countdown of reloading, right? If I have the PM24s fire here, they are more accurate and more deadly and might still be the better option, but the reason, even if it's still, let's say, wrong of me to do that, the reason for why I'm not doing that is simply because if they immediately get reloaded, they start at 182nd or whatever it is, countdown of being ready again much sooner. And I think we got this mostly under control, so let's drive down here actually. Oh, I think we just spotted something there. We're driving global jet is my safe zone. Ringe. Should get some resupply for these Conquer Sams. Yeah, they panicked so they didn't hit. Get dragged by those 50 counts. Oh, they were still alive! Hey, Seth, alright. Scout Defender, okay, that's what's up there. Nice, alright, be careful that you stay in the bush. You got hit by something. Now I'm curious what happened over here. What the heck happened here? Oh, M41 decays. That's an interesting choice of unit. What happened over here? You only shot once and it was at the STRF. I guess you must have gotten hit by the M41 decays. By driving here. Oh, that's not good. Okay, you're in cover, you were in cover, you're not anymore in cover. Get back in cover. Oh, at this point you're so close you're spotted, huh? Okay, now you're in cover. No, you're not anymore. Come on, get back in the cover. Thank you. No, not anymore. The fire. They're moving because of the fire. Yeah, we killed the incoming 1F5 NO2 at least. But right now we're not trading well at all. Those are more fast Kingmaker 90s. Get another BM-24. Another cap. What's your favorite all-rounder tank? Entente Mech, probably. All right, that probably came in the S. Oh, be careful. Entente Mech is just so good. Come on. Turn your weapons off. Nice. Finally, we got that. Oh, might have very well predicted my movement here. Oof, still. Mostly at front armor and a bit of side, so we survived. T-55 obviously not the tankiest unit out there. Get in there. Need an infantry CV over here, I think. Jeep CV is too spicy for my tastes. You're supplied. You are spotted? Or did you just fire? I think you just fired. Shit, those are the M41 DKs. And they're so quiet. I'm getting rid by 50 kills that I can't spot. Look at this. This is why stealth on recon units is so strong. Or one of the reasons, really. Look at that, man. Get that infantry CV. Get these K-29s over. Essentially playing airborne with all those helicopters. Red for Mono is Gandhi Anspec? No, it's Red for Marines. Against Gandhi Mech though, yes. Oh, that's so unfortunate. It's a supply truck. And yeah, get a Jeep CV here. So we can start the bleed. This is where Heinz shines so much. It's just making sure those infantry over like a forest or something just can't get away. Unload you. One of you is just not in the bush. Yeah, it's kind of an obvious position, but nice. I think that's the STRF 90 or CV 90. STRF 90 we killed. It might have carried a my voice. Manpad. Alright, TGM team. Oh, what's this? Is that a beacon? No, those are mortars. Oh no, I mean my TGM battery is empty now anyway, so. Still, should probably resupply it. Move the Edo over here, keep that there. We still have our own planes, but there's almost certainly still a automatic over there, unless I killed it with like a BM-24 or something else and I just didn't notice. Then again, I've never seen it drive down there after I spotted it initially, but I might have just simply not have line of sight as well. Are you spotted or did you just fire? I think you just fired. Get you away and his supply truck. If you can move you in there, but I think you're getting spotted if you do that. If I do that. Get some salvos in there. Still have 2 more, and they're pretty light on supply as you can see. Yeah, what should take? Unfortunately, I know. But I think I know what I want to do. I want to B5 this. Keep the supply truck over there just so we have it. Oh, there's the automatic. Alright, let's see if we can get it with seat maybe. Alright, that's very nice. We stunned it. So, oh god. Oh, that's bad. I was gonna say we stunned it so it can't fire back while we were driving away. Oh, actually the greatest play in history. Oh, man, I'm so good. Alright, I'm sorry. We stunned it. We didn't get the kill, but we still lost our plane, but we got the kill. We got the kill. Let's move the Edo down there. Was it a... No, it's a block 15. Just a scout defender. That's not gonna do much. Oh, that was so good, man. These are the moments that I love about Wargame. Like when shit like that just works out. Oh, it feels so good. It just feels so good. Let's make sure we repair you. Probably like move you in there. Let me just keep you in there so we also have some infantry. Oh. Oh, B5. I was like, what is this going for? Then I realized, alright, I have the B5 out of here. Or out here, I should say. Probably like preparing for an attack here, so let's get a salvo in there. That's the one of... Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, good. Let's wait. Yeah, he can't spot us yet. Well, that's like the one time that... Oh, we have an E9 over here, though. Well, rip P on PSV, almost certainly. Still did it. You know what? We can fire two of you in there. We'll free up and see if that does anything. Oh, we killed both helicopters with one hit. That's amazing. Maybe we can bait another plane. I'm so good in it. I don't like to do my own horn. Really a whole lot. But, oh god. I think for comedic effect, I think it was... I think I was allowed to do it, okay? Another PSV over there. Another recon. Nice. Killed a Panzerbill, I think. Still have so many helicopters, man. I think something's happening here for sure. Helicopters, roll out. Yeah. The weapons are turned off. Move you out of there so you're not at the edge anymore. Oh shit, you're dead. You're so dead. Those helicopters? Yes. Do I care? No. All is fair in war and love, or something like that. Those are spets. Oh no, those are not spets that I just bought. I lost my plane. Come on, Osa. Oh, crit, crit, crit. Not a crit. The M41. They respotted me. Like 7 optics with only good optics at that range. You know what? Color me surprised. What's happening down here? Panzerbill. Oh no, not the E2, not the PSV. Okay, sure. Just eat the shots if that means that you can. Yeah. You stop that in the tracks. Get the hind down there. You know what? Just get a new one. Okay. Oh, that's. I think I'm overextending here. Oh, we know this is clear, which is cool. Go for this. Ah, shit. Yep, GCV just, you know, no defenses. Oh, okay, the files games out here spotted as diff. It have good enough optics, I suppose. Get you out of there. CV90s, they're gonna shrek. Yeah, I'm probably gonna die here. Lost my RP and PSV. It's slowly falling apart, maybe? Oh, did I just miss? No, I did not. Okay. Don't forget I have this. It's an RBS. Fire this. Oh my god, it's just getting shreked. Oh, I still have the PSV over here. B5 is still out, alive. Oh, I'm wrecking the Panzer with this thing here. Nice. Okay, they panic, so they have horrible aim time. That's a Panzerwheel. Nice. Okay, very well done. It's routing. That's, you don't see that every day in Wargame, at least. Warno is a different story, of course. We will need a CV ASAP. Oh, hello there. What? No, no, keep driving, keep driving. Ah, I realized that too late. Oh, there's more Stormer. Oh, that's not good. I want to stay there. You get resupplied because you're out of ammo. You also get resupplied here. Get that CV. You stay there so you're out of MG range. Change altitude, please. I don't need you to die to that. Or I can't have you die to that. That's new automatic. Okay, stay low, stay low. Hopefully that automatic. Go on, Conquerors. Go on, Conquerors. Ah! Good trade, good trade. That's what you get for not having your automatic on attack move. And that's what I almost got for not having my Conquerors on attack move. Although I think something like Conquerors you rarely want on attack move, let's be real. I'll just stay there in the open, I don't care. More CVs, more CVs. Stuff like that, charioteers are just amazing. All my FOBs empty, pretty much. You know what, you're empty anyway, and I will not resupply you because of my FOB being pretty much dead, so just suicide over there, I guess. That's an ASF. Do some more Lip Gardeners or Dragoner or something. 8 minutes. Well, we'll be +2 soon. Got killed there, probably by man pets. I don't think I can afford to be overextending here. I think I should focus on staying alive down here. Maybe make my opponent think I want to push up here with those helicopters. When I don't really. Do you like Warno? At least when it comes to multiplayer, I don't know anything about a single player. I'm not really interested in it for the time being. Not a huge fan of like the gameplay and design choices and such that the huge made. Get these Spetsnaz down there. Move you up so more of you are in range. Yep, they're alive, very good. Automatic! There's another one! It wasn't the man pet after all. I'm out of charioteers almost. Let's get another one here. Okay. Yeah, make sure you target those M41s. Okay, you're a bit too close there. I don't think you got any of those, so that's bad. Two of you, fire in there. Well, given that you're... I'm basically out of fob, might as well. 10 minutes left, sure. I can spend the supply on making sure you have ammo. Maybe I can be sneaky here and spot that CV. I still have you! Okay, you know what? I don't need you up there. Be careful, be careful. Wait for the Spetsnaz, wait for the Spetsnaz. Get more Spetsnaz. STRF, okay. Fire in there. Nice Ranikos. Although these 500s probably were empty. I'd really like to kill those. They have only 4 HP. Those are the wrong transports. I think you get 6 HP ones. Unless they're 20 points now. But those carry 5 Killmaker. If they're not unloaded yet, that's an amazing pickup. Because they're not cheap. I need more anti-tank now with this Leopard and such coming up. There's the Hind. Yeah, they're low HP. But did I just miss? I think I might have just missed with those Ranikos. That's unfortunate. Make sure you drive up there. Did this. Good stun, good stun. Spetsnaz. You go, Spetsnaz. Well, they will deal 5 damage to the Animal 35 because it has only 1 armor. And they shot at the BTR 80. 2 side armor just saved the BTR 80 and a bunch of HP on the Spetsnaz inside. That's a Fighting Falcon, that's a dead CV. We got a hit on in at least. You want to get a spare CV. We actually survived. Would you look at that? We didn't get the plane, but it's okay. You're spotted. E290 is spotted. Maybe it just fired, that's why. This will deal actually a good amount of damage. I bet 1F only has that one. 12 front armor. Let's get some of you because they're wheeled, honestly. That's the main reason. I don't even know if those P24s will ever get to fire in this game again, but who knows. You're gonna die anyway, so might as well get 1 shot off. Ace F. B5 still repairing. 15 HP coming in handy for its survivability, but if you lose like 14 HP, then you're also gonna repair for quite a long time. That 1-5 is so dead. If I ever get to hit. If I ever get to hit! Hello? I mean, I know I'm panicking, but still 87%, come on. Thank you, jeez Louise. What was it? RNG also block 15 died, that's nice. That's the last ASF, assuming. No, this is red for Marines. And what was it Lucian doing RNG, man? It was what, 3 misses in a row? Hey, did you fire? I don't think you did. Spats us in second row so they don't take any damage at 2 HP. Oh, look at those poor Lift Garden just getting shreked. Don't forget to B5. Oh, it's ready now. You know what? Let's just bomb in there. Okay. Oh no, you're out of ammo. I'm getting hilo rushed. That's a cluster plane. You have the same. You know what? Just get you out. It's faster. No, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, whatever. Oh well, we're still taking and we're leading as well, so it's fine. Did you fire? You did fire, okay. Oh, you're just refusing to aim, huh? Sometimes that happens for some reason. Actually, no, you don't refuse to aim, but you refuse to aim because you... Oh, fire. I have spare CV. I have a spare CV! I forgot about that. Thank you. It doesn't really matter, but thank you anyway. Because I'm stupid. I think there's still an RBS 90 in there or something. Although it might also be out of ammo. GPCV? No, sorry, supply truck. Infantry CV in here or what? It is. But there's another ASF down with a MLU, okay. I think this is too late. I think the B5 is just straight up too slow. Plus the very long bomb drop time. Alright, that's the game. Good start, I think. Nice. However, I wouldn't say we threw it away because it's not like we had like an easy win or something. Yeah, it takes too long. But it was still tough. K-29 was just a bit too close to the edge. Otherwise, I would have done more. Any amazing kills here? I don't think so. I mean, MiG-29 did nicely. That PMP's Vita was one on the right. Sorry for off topic, but did you check out Command of Heroes 3 playtest? What are your thoughts? Cheers. I did not. Outside of Wargame, I play virtually no strategy games. Believe it or not, you know, especially when it comes to PvP, I don't really enjoy strategy games that much. Wargame is really the exception. I don't play a lot of PvP outside of Wargame, period, but Command and Conquer, played a bit of, like, a handful of matches PvP. Didn't enjoy it. I enjoy the game itself, for example, when comp stomping with friends or something, I did a lot, like 10 years ago at this point. Jesus, actually over 10 years ago, I think. I played like probably like 100 hours with the buddies online playing. What was it? Tiberian Wars? Kane's Wrath? Comp stomping online. Would you say Warno is cartoonish? No, I wouldn't say so. Maybe it looks a bit like that when you zoom out, but I don't think it's really cartoonish. Anyway, back to the question. And Company of Heroes, I played a bit of Company of Heroes 1, I just did not enjoy the gameplay at all, so I'm not really interested in Company of Heroes 3. The only other strategy game that I really play is Total War Warhammer 3. But that's for one, a completely different strategy game, and secondly, only the single player. I'm not really interested in the multiplayer either. It felt cartoonish for me because of how fast everything was. Honestly, Wargame feels a lot faster to me. But also a lot more responsive. Warno feels clunky at times, which might have to do with the UI. Not a big fan of the UI, specifically the unit labels. I still am not a fan of the unit labels. The option of turning off labels and only having names still feels just It's just not for me. Not quote unquote good enough. Just not to my taste. I know a lot of people like, for example, like the icons, and that's fair enough. But yeah. And this, yeah. And from what I've read, like I mean, we might as well. Let's check out this first, and while we're in queue, I might as well quickly show what I'm talking about. Yeah. Um, 4 people say, oh, we might not be in ranked for very long. Oh, what is Entente motorized? Sorry, Marines actually kind of playable? Sorry, Marines. If so, I might actually make this deck. It looks like it's kind of playable. No, no, screw that. Can you even build a deck? I don't think you can. Like, there's basically no Czech Marine units outside of like the MI-24, S-24. You can't actually build it? Am I gonna do that to myself? No, that's your infantry tab. Fine. I'm not even gonna put it to a void. Fine, I'll do this stupid deck once and then. Very funny. I'll do it once and then I'll be done with it. Because there will be people saying, oh my god, do it, it's so funny. I mean, it kind of is funny. And we might need a Tatra for other stuff. We definitely want this. Let's sure. Let's put in a Padapranzi in a HT 40. Do like one. We don't need them on wheels. Do like this. Then drugs. Sava's good at least. This is fine. We don't even get the buff. We get this. Okay, this worthless napalm MLRS. Are you kidding me? God damn, man. I don't even know if I want these things. We don't get a good Hera either. What has Eugen been smoking when making this deck? Fine, let's get one on the veteran because it's like a way to get Heinz, I guess. Get you in there. Nah, screw that. That's our only good tank. You're at least a good unit. No, please. Oh. I guess I put you in because what else am I gonna do with my activation points? Do I have 5 cuts here? Yep, I do. This is sure. I guess let's put in the Gvostika. What? Is it full? This is full. I can put in more vehicles. That's fine, I guess. Sure. My god. Okay, let me see if I can find that announcement post they made. Warno. Oh, they made it. They made a new blog post today. I didn't even see that. But that's not even the one I'm interested in. Is this one? No, it's something with a more realistic combat system. That's what I called it. Oop. Right, let me just make sure that I'm not showing anything that I shouldn't show. It's let me do it like this. Right. Ah. Okay. Now I can exit full screen here. Yeah. Now we can actually keep that. Okay. So, Happy New blah 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 blah. What we're working on. Who cares? All right. First of all, they're finally bringing back traits. Not traits, training. right? You know how in Wargame you have elite infantry and such, which are bringing back in the form of trades. Whether they're trades, trading, whatever they're called, I don't care, right? Need to make sure I can read chat here. I don't really care. I like that they're bringing it back. How good they are, how impactful they are, how much they make infantry feel different, like I think they do. It does in Wargame. We will see. But it's a good first step. I've quote unquote lobbied for this since pretty much day one. So I'm, in a sense, happy that they're finally. I don't know if caving in is a good way of saying it, but they're finally doing it. Maybe they wanted to and they just couldn't spend the resources. Whatever the reason, fine. Better late than never, right? And they're also bringing in amphibious things finally, which good. New okay, so but destruction textures, fine. FOV, good. I'm not a fan of this. Wait, what? No, that's not. Wait, where is the? That's not the one. That's one from last week. That's not the one I wanted. This one, the more realistic combat system. Here we go. Oh, we found a game. All right. Probably gonna be quick anyway. Oh, it's against Cartoon. Player who has a bazillion games. Some people have said, oh, maybe that player is just like an account in a Chinese internet cafe, because I think it's a Chinese player. Or yeah, I'm not a fan of Warno's UI necessarily either. With UI, I mainly mean like unit labels. The stuff down here or something I don't care about. Actually the weapon things I hate as well, because everything is just one color. So it's sometimes very hard to distinguish like if a weapon is firing and such. And I'm not sure if they fixed or reverted it. But for some reason, they decided, you know how in Wargame there's an percentage accuracy like showing at the bottom next to each weapon, right? Next to the bar of its reload or aiming process, there's an accuracy number, right? Tapsaunima, I know what that means. Or I know that it's an insult at least. You know how there's like an accuracy number? For some reason, and I'm not sure if they reverted, but at least for 1 or 2 patches, for some reason Eugen decided it would be a good idea to not only show the bar, or to show the bar, which is good of course, filling up as it's reloading or aiming, but the percentage number also showing the progress instead of accuracy. So you have 2 indicators doing exactly the same thing. And instead of showing something that is, instead of showing 2 useful things with the 2 things they have there, both are showing the exact same thing. I'm like, why? There's no reason to do that. And the other thing is, with the weapon bars at the bottom, everything is one color. So in Wargame, right, if you have the weapons, and one of the weapons is aiming or shooting, meaning something is in range and getting shot at, it appears at the top of the weapon, immediately indicating to you, oh shit, that weapon is aiming or shooting or something. In Warno, essentially there's like within the field suddenly a bar appearing at the color that is not very easily to distinguish, so it's hard to spot like, okay, which weapon is firing, if is a weapon firing at all. So many small things like that in terms of UI that I just find infuriating. But let me actually, okay, what are we gonna do here? I mean, we're gonna get wrecked anyway, probably, even if we're playing against a major. Let's see if we can push up here. I don't care too much. Let's try to do a helo drop in there. Defend this. Get some drugs around. Push here in here as well, I think. I'll put on 90 and some Monarichka behind. Get one of you to sneak around. Get a Sava. Drug and yeah, whatever. Morning one was better. Oh yeah, that's very good, of course. Like, don't get me wrong, one also some stuff that, I find very cool. And you know, there's people saying, "Oh, Wargame fanboys, they essentially just want the exact same game." And you know, on the one hand, I guess yes, but you also gotta keep in mind, why do they want it? Well, because it's fun, right? Why are you know, why are there often like so why are there so many sequels to Call of Duty? Yes, they don't invent a whole lot, but still obviously people like enjoy it, right? Just because they want more of the same doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. My point is, in very many when it comes to very many things, Eugen, um, instead of building upon, you know, what has worked in Wargame, it feels like they're trying to reinvent stuff or like trying to revamp it when that doesn't really turn out too well. Or just start from scratch for like very basic things. For example, they took ages to get infantry combat. I wouldn't say right, because in my eyes it still feels pretty bad. And they could have just taken like the damage rate of fire values from Wargame and then improved upon that, right? So many things they didn't just take Wargame space and improved upon that. They essentially threw everything away. And I think it would be better to just, you know, see what worked and try to improve that, and what didn't work and find out why it didn't work. I don't even know what I'm doing because I'm too busy ranting about Wargame. Sorry, Warno. Lost all of my stuff there. Oh god, we're getting shreked by blue. Sorry. Tua, LEV Tua! We're getting wrecked by that unit! Oh no, the Monarichka Pesh! I'm stupid! No, I'm not stupid. Wait, I am? Oh, they're only 10 men! I thought they're 15 because they're Marines. That's what. See, I don't even use this unit because it's just so unnecessary. Oh my god, I'm losing units to the Rover Wombat. Why are you not moving? Thank you. Shoot at this. They're in combat because they're French. Ah, come on, man. I mean, it's not like I don't understand them, right? You don't, of course, as a developer, you don't want to be, you know, just do the exact same thing over and over again. You also want to, you know, experiment and, you know, make, you know, things that, you know, live little, right? You don't want to do the exact same thing over and over again, which is, of course, understandable. But I feel like they're just taking extremes in some cases, right? Instead of like a middle ground. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think. What matters is, does it attract the players, right? In a good sense, not in a bad sense, of course. You don't want to like attract players by, I don't know, paying people to play. But I mean, it doesn't matter what I think as long as the players enjoy themselves, alright? If the majority of people think that the things that I don't like, but they actually like it, right? Why should you listen to me, of course? And I'm not being like physicians here, I'm serious, right? They should listen to what makes, to the majority of the player base, or to, you know, the highest amount of players who would agree with that take or whatever, right? Because at the end of the day, they're a business. They need reasonable player base. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter if it's good. The only thing that matters is if it makes money. To an extent, that agrees. Of course, I think, as always, even Eugen prefers a middle ground, because they're like not just lifeless husks, something like that. They're a small studio, they're self-publishing, right? So obviously they'd prefer to make a game that both attracts players and that they are happy with. And if they don't want to make like a, I don't know, garbage mobile game that just, you know, lives off of whales or something like that, right? But at the end of the day, yes, it also needs to make money. They also gotta pay bills. Oh, shoot at this. Oh, the mortars. There's more ass lefts. I just realized I have nothing there. I'm just attack moving a bunch of shit and somehow it's kind of working. What, finding the Palpans 9 have worth MGs? It is. But to be more precise, some, you know, besides like the senseless ranting here, what I don't like, one of the big design decisions that I don't like about Warno is what they're doing with infantry combat. They're trying to make infantry combat feel more. They've done that since Steel Division, and I think it fits a bit better in Steel Division. Because I think you have, maybe not Steel Division 2, but I think you have slightly like a lower numbers of units, I think. But at least compared to Wargame, I don't know, but Warno is a different story. They're trying to make infantry combat, of course, feel more detailed, be more in-depth, of course. And in general, making something feel more in-depth is a good thing. I'm not so sure about Wargame or Warno. Look at how many, even like, you know, of course, lost a lot of units, but I'm controlling a whole lot of units just at this one front line. Look at all the infantry squads that I'm controlling, right? Infantry combat is very simple in Wargame. And infantry loadouts as well. And I think that's good. Because very often, infantry is like the key of Wargame, in my eyes. It's not really the vehicles or the tanks, it's honestly infantry. I mean, you have so many infantry units that if you try to make it deep, it just becomes micro hell. And I'm someone who likes micro, but I think in this case it's just unnecessary micro. Or just not fun micro. What is fun micro? What you can do with tanks. You know, people hate the smoke micro, but even outside of smoke micro, right? Moving in and out of line of sight. Trying to exploit the enemy tank just reloading, or like, you know, getting your infantry in line of sight first, baiting the shot, and just a split second later moving in into range with your own tank, right? And then getting essentially a free shot on them. That is fun micro to me. Or even seed micro is, I think, fun. What is not fun to me? Having to micromanage like each individual unit, like, oh, they have smoke grenades that you know, only work at 50 meters and I have to fire position in front of them. Also, they only carry 2 of them. At the same time, they also carry satchel charges that only work at 150 meter range, but only when they're stationary. You know, that's, to me, not fun micro. Simplistic infantry combat works, in my eyes, better. You also already have a bit of micro with 10 DMG on and off. Oh no, that's not good. And I think that's basically peak. Especially town fights. Town fights are, I think most people would agree, atrocious. They're not fun at all in Wargame. I did not find them particularly fun in Warno. In fact, I found them worse because you can destroy buildings, and destroyed buildings are just not fun in my eyes. Also, I'm getting kind of wrecked here. Infantry combat, especially in towns, not fun. Oh, shit. I'm probably getting outranged here. Oh, that's a 1 ace 1 plus even. Get some of you. And yeah, another thing about Wargame, I think, is infantry spam is good. If you have infantry, if you make infantry feel spammy as you do in Wargame, and to an extent in Warno, at least more than Steel Division, having deep infantry mechanics, in my eyes, doesn't work. If you're playing, I played very little of Common of Heroes, and I played basically nothing of Man of War. But in a game like that, where you have a lot less units, and the infantry has like, just feels different. That's a whole different story, but not in a game like this where you're so zoomed out, etc. And Warno's infantry, besides, you know, me not thinking that micro-intensive infantry is fun, it also just feels weird. And I've actually, you know, people don't like the, oh, we can't fire MG and anti-tank weapon at the same time. I've heard people complaining. It might just be a minority, right? It's just purely anecdotal, and you know, I don't know how common that sentiment is, but I've heard people complain like, oh, as soon as I move in front of infantry, it immediately fires with its anti-tank weapon and immediately kills my vehicle, right? You know, I don't know if that's a common sentiment, but if it is, it made me feel a little bit smug, because so many people I remember on the forums used to complain about that in Wargame Dragon as well, and I've always been like, it's a good mechanic, it's important, right? Or it makes fire support feel a lot more important than it, well, not than it is, but it actually like makes it be more important, not feel more important. Are you no, you're not hovering low. That's unfortunate. Oh, the tab 71. I got the reset. Did I get a kill? I don't think I did. What's happening down here? Oh, there's another AS1. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, you're dying. Get some drugs. Oh, oh yeah, that was a drugs as well. I do want to warning battle tech. I don't care what I don't care a lot about the setting. I just want it to be fun. But you know, I prefer setting that I enjoy, but I prefer like gameplay over setting, or let alone realism. Which, you know, of course, to each their own. Some people prefer realism. That's obviously fine. I'm not, and I will never tell people what they should enjoy, or what they should like, or prefer even. Why are we winning? What is going on? Probably get some base defense. Are you spotted? Oh, you're not. Oh, you just fired. Oh my god, they were looking at on the right, so they take ages to turn and aim. Holy shit. Did you see how long it took that one lap TA55 to... Oh my god. They were looking this way and TA55s turned slowly, so it took ages for them to actually... There you go. Oh, the guy's called Petkovic. I think I might still out-reload him. 8 RPM and out-reloaded because he was panicked. And I just fired. That's the power of veterancy, I guess. I think I finally killed the freaking helicopter. Well, yeah, Warren, I could talk about this ages. For ages. There's this whole thing about the blog post I made where they were like, it should be just as valuable, not only viable, to like win a tank engagement and like not kill a tank or something like that. And I'm not sure what they're trying to say with that. No, it should be just as valuable to rout an enemy tank. I'm like, routing is the worst mechanic I've ever seen in after games. It's very rare in Wargame, and that's good, because it's just not fun to lose control of any of your units. Period. Oh god, I can't even like snipe this with a bomber. It's not fun to lose control of your units and just see them drive anywhere that, you know, essentially the AI decides, and that you have to pray to like, oh, hopefully they're not gonna my tank is not gonna show side armor, right? I just hate routing and like any, you know, AI movement that essentially the AI decides upon. Right? Oh my god. Okay, that's a spare CV. Or maybe they moved it. There's. We actually won with this garbage tank. No ping on enemy CV. Nah, Peron was the moving to. I can remember that it was in that specific forest. I didn't need a ping for that. Like, I didn't see the exact position of it either. Why did we win with this stupid egg? That was just. No. Why? Why, Eugen? Yeah. Look at its ace 1 plus from Petkovic. You don't need air power when your Marines are motivated enough. Luckily, we went up against a not so great deck. That certainly helped. Combat Moto is kind of fun. Not that strong, but kind of fun. It helped, but not, yeah, not that strong. It really helped. Bison Canadian Rifle 85 spam. I used to do that in 2015 with older or different MG stats across the board, but I can't recommend it now. Like having a one card of that, sure, but mainly for just filling towns and flanks where you don't need them or mage shields. But I think there needed to be a lot more commandos. 90. All those Canadian rifles, they just not the right choice of unit. All right, I'm already gonna end it. I prefer. I will try to do like multiple streams a week, but short streams like this one. Because for one, I don't want to burn out the war game. Two, they're easier to do than videos. Um, and three, I also have other shit to do. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll probably try to stream on I don't know, Saturday, Sunday, something like that. Again, try to do 2 or 3 times a week. Expect a lot fewer videos, but you know you get this instead. That brings me back to 2015 watching your stream nostalgia. Oh my god. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.